Hello again. I just thought I'd make a quick video of one of the recent bills that just went through the House of Representatives, HR 1955. It took me 3 attempts to manage to download it off the internet from the Library of Congress. A couple of times I tried to block my request and basically cancelled my connection, so eventually I managed to get a copy. Basically, the prevention of violent radicalisation and homegrown terrorism. It's come now to mean that how it operates, where is it? Homegrown terrorism section, part 3. The term homegrown terrorism means the use, planned use, or threatened use of force or violence by a group or individual born, raised or based and operating primarily within the United States. Now, but at that section where it says primarily, means that's where it starts to have control just over the US citizens, but it doesn't necessarily mean it can stay there. It also means it can spread out to any other nations or countries depending on their allegiances to the US government. It means that if necessary, the security forces of the US government can be used abroad to seek out anybody who they regard as a terrorist and speaking against the US. Basically what it's doing, it has classed every citizen or every person as a terrorist. It began with the war on terror being just a war against fundamental extremists of the Islamic faith, which was used as an excuse, which we're all now starting to see. But now it has moved on from that to, no matter what ethnic background you come from or what religious belief you hold, it means, according to this bill, you are classed now as a terrorist if in any shape or form you disagree or dissent from what is put forward by the elite few of the US government. By no means it's not all the US government. There are quite a lot of good people who are involved in the US government who are also being blocked, threatened or prevented from speaking their minds or putting things forward to try and prevent injustices of what bills like this are creating. A second point on this bill is that they've also declared war now. They've actually put it in writing. They've declared war on the internet. On the definition, on their findings, that is part 3, section 8998 of section 3. The internet has aided in facilitating violent radicalisation. Now, in those words there, it has aided in facilitating violent radicalisation. That is basically accusing the internet of being a criminal, as in anybody who aids and abets a known criminal is also then classified as a criminal and is accountable to the full hand of the law in whatever means that may take. So basically now they've declared war on technology, which really shows the kind of mindset these people really have. They've declared war on technology that's been allowed out to the population of the planet to use, and now they're taking it back. So basically now you can see why when people are sharing information and their concerns around the world using the internet, they are now being classed as terrorists. Admittedly, yes, there are people who abuse systems and technology, which is the same thing in all walks of life. Governments also, people get into power and abuse their positions, and that is what is occurring in not just in some sections of the US government, but also in sections of other nations' governments, which is how dictatorships are formed. So I just thought I would mention some points on that bill. I know that a lot of people in the US have already seen it. They're expressing their concerns. Their politicians are expressing concerns. They know what this means. They know what's going to happen with this bill, the kind of power it has given to the elite few, and the kind of abuse of the authorities, services of authority, as in the police or the military, anybody like that who themselves have been radicalized by the elite few, by brainwashing them into thinking one way only, and that is to suppress the public at any kind of dissent or any kind of protest against government meetings or government policy. And they're also doing this violently. They're not just doing it by just taking somebody in, saying you're under arrest, come here. They're attacking them with rubber batons, wooden batons, the whole arsenal at their disposal. These people are using it. They have been radicalized to use violence against their own civilian population, and they can't see it. The police authorities or security forces cannot see it, because they've been taught to react in one way and one way only: protect their bosses. There's a lot more can be said on this. I'll probably say it in more videos. That's if they're allowed to stay on site, because as you know, a number of sites have been disabled or been suspended and been removed because of them expressing their concerns, and because of the elite controllers are going through the YouTube sites and just removing those who they believe could make a difference against what's occurring. So basically it is, keep discussing it, keep believing in yourselves, and try not to come down to their fear levels of what they want. Remember, you have rights. Remember, you can utilize them. Stay together. Thank you.